In the 1980s and 1990s, there was no such thing as instant gratification when it came to taking photographs. You usually had to take the picture, you didn't even know if it came out okay. Then you had to wait until you used up the roll of film, you needed to drop it off to get developed, and then after getting it developed and picking it up from the store, then you could finally take a look at the photograph, so it did take a fair bit of time. And then came along the Polaroid 600 instant camera series that allowed you to take photographs and have them be developed instantaneously as soon as you had taken the picture. And these Polaroid instant cameras came to much success. They did very well. Then fast forward to 2008 and Polaroid decided to discontinue their instant film division. They got rid of all of their Polaroid 600 cameras as well as producing any new 600 film. And this led to quite an uproar from people who still like to use the Polaroid instant cameras even with all the developments with digital cameras. And due to that major outcry, they decided to come up with a new product, the Polaroid 300 instant camera. It's nearly identical to the Polaroid 600's behavior and simple ease of use and operation, except it just underwent a few modern styling changes, and they also decided to change the size of the prints it makes. But I decided to buy one of these cameras and have a look at it and see how it works and if I can get used to using it. I've been familiar with just using the Polaroid 600 film, which gives you a lot larger space. The pictures are the regular instant film look that we're all accustomed to, whereas these new loads of film are much smaller. They're a lot thinner, and some people complain that they wish they were the same size as the old Polaroid 600, but you know, considering that you could buy one of these new for under $40 off of Amazon, and you can still get that film without having to worry about buying expired film and hoping it works just fine, it's not really a bad deal. Works with 300 instant film. It doesn't include any film. It gives you a wrist strap, 4 AA batteries, and it says distributed by Summit Technology Group LLC in Somerset, New Jersey. Works with 300 instant film, which you can buy in these small packages. You get 10 exposures per each package, so not that many photographs. So we have instant, share, and fun. A lot of the main reasons why people still use these Polaroid instant cameras. 4 scene mode helps capture the perfect shot. Automatic flash, compact, easy to hold design. So if you open up the box here, you just get the camera, a little leaflet here to go through of what I'm guessing is a quick start guide / manual, a warranty card, and I guess this is the owner's manual, so this must just be the quick start guide. And here is the camera itself. So it definitely takes up about the same size as the regular Polaroid 600 cameras, but it definitely changed the design a bit. You have an optical viewfinder, a vertically mounted flash, which is a bit interesting, but I guess it's to accommodate the taller picture of these new prints. And there you can see there's one of these new Polaroid 300 film. This was actually a blank that was actually included with this, so it gives you an idea of how much smaller they are compared to the old Polaroid 600 film. You have your shutter button here, the lens, which also doubles as the power control, because when you pull it up, that's what turns on the camera, and it does have an integrated lens cover. And this is a 60mm lens, so it's not a very wide angle, a wide field of view, so you need to step away quite a bit if you want to get what you're used to getting with a regular camera in the frame. We have a sticker here that tells us the desired settings. You have it for indoor / dark, cloudy and shady, fine, and clear. And then this little yellow indicator that tells us when film is inserted, which in this case it is. There's your viewfinder, and then up here is where the film itself comes out of the tray when it's developing. And then here we have the controls for the various modes of operation. And you have your wrist strap here, so you can hang on to this camera and bring it with you. And on the bottom here there is no tripod mount, so you can only use this handheld, or if you rest it on a flat surface and get it to stay in the correct position you want it in, because you can't hook this up to a tripod. And you may also be wondering where the batteries are kept. They're behind this plastic door here. You just press this plastic piece and this opens up, and there are the 4 AA's that it takes that I just inserted before filming this so I can test out this camera. And located behind this door is it tells you how many photographs you have. Here is the inside of the camera itself. It's a very simple setup. You just have the lens located there. And interestingly, there's the little glass door again. So overall, a very simple mechanism for taking photos. Here's one of the trays of film that you put in here. You're supposed to just load this up like so. Close this up, turn it on, and we should be ready to take photos now. Okay, it's blinking. Wonder what that means. Okay, it's ready now. Alright, here's the camera. I'm going to turn this on now. It's lighting up green, so it must be ready to record. Let me see if I can take a picture now. Okay, this one's probably going to be overexposed because I stupidly took the packet of film out. So it's probably just going to be all ruined like this. So I'll take just one more photo and that's it. And you can see there it is. It prints out just like that. And if I let this develop, we should get a photo that comes out of it. And just to shut this device off, you just snap a lens in. That's all you have to do. There's no actual power switch here. It's all integrated into the lens. And just a quick note, these photos do take a somewhat decent amount of time to develop. You can see this one's starting to come in to view, and they advise you to not touch it or play with it or blow on it while it's developing. You can see one of the problems that it has right away is I aimed the camera to take the entire picture of the Sony Handycam, and it only got the top right hand corner of it, and that's because look at the difference in height. This is the viewfinder I was using, and this is where the lens is located, so you can't really get an accurate field. So there it is developing. That's one of the things I really like about these old cameras. And this film was exposed to light, which is why it has some burn-in on the right and the left sides of it. Alright, I think that's going to be the best it's going to develop. And you can see it also has a very, very poor focus distance. You have to be very far away from it, whatever you're taking a photo of, otherwise it's going to come out blurry. This isn't very clear, and once again that's just because this is a fixed focus lens, no autofocus. So overall pretty decent pictures, almost identical to the Polaroid 600 series of instant film cameras and film, but except the only pitfall that a lot of people have is you get much smaller film printouts than you did with the 600 series of film. So once again, compare that size film to this. A lot smaller. And people are still buying the Polaroid 600 series of instant film cameras because they're easy to use, and you could go ahead and they still sell this 600 film by something called the Impossible Project. They still make this film. It's readily available, although you are going to pay quite a bit for it. You only get 10 exposures on here. No, you only get 8 exposures on here, and it's $24 plus $2.50 shipping, but it's good to know you could still buy it. And we wait for this one to develop now. I really like watching this old instant film develop. It's one of the cool things you get with these instant cameras. Here is just my attempt at abstract photography. I've just swinging the camera around, just took a random photograph of my desk, which I have done some rearranging to. I'm actually mistaken. The Polaroid 300 series of cameras seems to have gone up in price slightly. It's now $50 for free shipping, although I'm sure if you buy one used you can get it a bit cheaper. And the film itself is roughly the same price as the 600 series of film that you buy, but with this one, this is $22.99 with free shipping, and you get 20 exposures. And this one is $23.49 plus $2.50 shipping, and you only get 8 color exposures. But I guess you have to be willing to pay a premium to be able to use something that would otherwise be obsolete. So overall, not a very bad investment, especially if you want to carry on using instant film in 2014. You can buy one of these Polaroid 300 series of cameras and film and carry on taking instant photographs.